Hey guys, so we have an updated roster, and if you're like me, the mere idea of having to compare them side to side one at a time makes you vaguely nauseous. So I'm going to show you how to do a VLOOKUP. You're going to need two things. If you don't have them readily available right now, you might want to pause and go get them. You're going to need the original master list or the original roster you were working off of. So the first roster she gave us. If you don't have that, then we'll have to talk about a different way to do it. Then you're going to need the new roster that she put out over the weekend. Okay? So this is my master list. This is my original. I'm going to actually rename it original. So this was the one we received on February, I think like 18th. Okay? And I've removed the student names just for privacy issues. Okay? Now I'm going to go over to my new one. This is the new one. I've made a copy of it. And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click on the top left-hand intersection between letters, numbers, and I hit Control C, copying it. Then I'm going to go back over to my original. I'm going to add a new tab. I'm going to call this new tab New. And I'll go to A1 and hit Control V or paste. And then I'm going to have to wait a couple seconds because it's going to populate, but it gets fussy about it. There you go. Now it's populated the information. So what we're going to do is try to bring over some information from this spreadsheet and match it to the spreadsheet over here. You could try to sort by alphabetical and then copy and paste over. The problem is chances are there's a mistake in there somewhere at that point, and if you're off by one line, it gets really difficult. So we're going to do what we call a VLOOKUP. So there's one particular column that we're going to be looking at, and that is the online column. That's the information that we're interested in. We are interested in, are they online? And this one, it's either online, and then if it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's blank. But since that information is right next to it, if you look here, you can reference the other information, okay? The other piece of information that we're going to be using is the student ID. And the student ID is like our key. I can look for the student ID, any given student ID here, and I will find it over in this column as well. And that's the match I'm asking it to make. Basically, the VLOOKUP is asking it to make a match. I'm asking it, hey, I would like you to match this piece of information to the line with the same information over here, and then pull in another column that I would like. All right, so the other information that we're going to pull in is Tuesday, first day in person. You might think, well, why not online intent? It's not going to be as helpful, trust me. So Tuesday in person might help you to highlight that in blue. That's the information we're going to bring over. So to perform the VLOOKUP, I'm going to insert a new tab, insert row. I'm going to put it right next to the, insert row, sorry, insert column. Put it right next to online, and this is going to be new. Okay. And now I'm going to do a VLOOKUP. I hit equal, and then VL, and you should see VLOOKUP, vertical lookup. Now it's going to ask us for the search key. That's basically saying, hey, what do you want me to look up? And I'm going to tell it, hey, I want you to look up this kid's ID. Okay. Then I'm going to put a comma. And now it's going to be like, hey, where would you like me to look for it? The range is, where am I looking for this piece of information? So I'm going to go down to the bottom. I'm going to click on the new tab. And then do not include the headers. Start at the first student ID. And then press down and drag your cursor so you're selecting all of the student IDs and every piece of information all the way down between those two rows. So I want the student ID row, whatever's in between them, it doesn't matter. And then the blue row, the online information that we want to bring over. Once I've highlighted that information and it's in the dotted line, I hit the comma button, and it's going to ask me for index. Index is asking me what of the three columns I highlighted, which piece of information do you want? So if I put column 1, it'll look up the ID and give me back the ID. If I put column 2, it'll look up the ID and bring back the intend to attend. If I put up column 3, though, that brings up the online information that I want. So column 3. And then index, you don't really have to worry about. Just hit F-A-L-S-E, false. Close parentheses, like any good equation, and hit enter. So now it looked up this piece of information and it brought back the online information from the other piece. So there's one other thing you need to do. So watch what happens if I pull this down. It autofills. That's cool. Problem is, though, if I compare the formula here, F2 to H168, you see how it increases each time because we're filling down? We don't actually want it to do that. So in order to lock it so that it doesn't change the lookup range, you're going to put a $sign in front of and behind the letter. So in the second list item where you had your range, put a $sign in front of the first letter of the range before the column and the letter of the range after the column. $sign, $sign. Okay? Hit enter again. And now when I pull this down, you'll notice that it has stayed the same. It locked it. Okay? You did not want to do the same with the first one. So now that I know that it's working, I'm going to pull down all the way to the bottom and I have an immediate comparison. So now I just need to look and find places where they're not the same. Well, you're like, oh, but this isn't the same. That's true, but a Y in the other one means Tuesday, Wednesday. So if I see a Y here, I should see a Tuesday, Wednesday here. Online should match. Y should be Tuesday, Wednesday. Online, oh, this one's different. So who knows what was happening with this kid, but I should check it out a little more closely. Chances are they went from being, I happen to know N means full week, and they went from full week to online. If it's blank, if you see nothing here, you should see Thursday, Friday. Okay, Thursday, Friday. Nothing here, Thursday, Friday, good. Tuesday, Wednesday, online, Tuesday, Thursday. And you can even sort this or do whatever you want to make it easier for yourselves. But it's relatively quick this way to check. I can kind of just scroll through and see if there's a change. Like here, if it's online in the first one, it should be online in the second one. If it's not, there's been a change. So I just highlight these as I go. Those are all, there's a change here. And that makes my life significantly easier. You still have to go through and compare them, but it makes that comparison so much easier and more accurate than trying to go back and forth between two spreadsheets. So if you think this might help and you need help with it, let me know.